We are now waiting for the president to give the oath, which no doubt will be an exciting opportunity for those young men and women that are just below him.
Yeah, this is quite a moment for the Army. Again, we're going to watch the president here approach the podium here. Let's hang tight real quick, see what they're saying. Okay, so again, the oath of enlistment is what we're going to see here. 250 soldiers, part of the pageantry, part of the patriotism today is showing the growth of the military and what the path to the future is looking like. And that is a cornerstone of this event, and this is what we're about to watch.
General, I'd imagine with that oath, it is a opportunity to do what they can, their part in supporting the Army's mission and protecting the United States.
No, it certainly is. I mean, it starts with "I solemnly swear," and that's a powerful word, or affirm, whichever they choose. And then to support and defend the Constitution, truth, faith, and allegiance, right? Which is what we want from them. Obey orders, and they do this before their God.
And you can see what a solemn moment this is. The president bowing his head repeatedly, taking this moment before he brings these troops in with this oath. And he is now approaching the podium. We know he's going to give the oath and also share some words. So let's listen in.
Hey! Mr. President, First Sergeant Norton reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name.
I
Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States of America. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders. Of the President of the United States. And the orders. Of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations. And the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, congratulations. Welcome to the United States Army, and have a great life. Thank you very much. Have a great life. Thank you.
Ranger School is the best life insurance policy for our Army. It will always end with two people facing off with each other.
General, I want to get your perspective on this as someone who's taken that oath. Walk us through that moment. What are these men and women now feeling? What are they being asked to do? What is the charge to them?
Well, I don't know how they felt, but I know how I would have felt. Standing there before this crowd on this day, 250 years after the inception of this nation, I would have been extremely humbled, probably a bit petrified, but hopefully those words mean something. They listen to the words. It might take them a little time to kind of internalize those words, but it's an extremely emotional moment. Yeah, have a good life. Have a good life in the United States military contributing, and then you one day will be a veteran, and then that's when it gets really important. Do you continue to contribute to society in the way you do? And there's a veteran's creed. We've got a enlisted oath. We've got an officer's oath. And so those are all oaths that are words, but you got to put into action. Yesterday at the Nationals, at the Capitals game, baseball, the 82nd Airborne Division, Major General Pat Work was behind home plate. He did a re-enlistment ceremony with about 10 of his soldiers in front of the entire crowd. And I'm standing there taking pictures, and then I know him and sent him photographs of that. What he just did is happening every single day. We're seeing the soldiers enlist who want to serve, they raise their right hand, and then start their journey.
I wanted to speak to the power of that moment because they're standing on Constitution Avenue in our nation's capital before the President of the United States. And when you took your own oath of enlistment, I mean, what do you remember from it back in that day?
Yeah, I took my oath at Norwich University on the campus of Norwich in 1984, and I knew what I was getting into, right? They don't yet. They've not been to basic training, but they have a general idea, and that's the job of the recruiting command to do that, and their recruiter to get their minds right, make sure they go physically fit. They'll go through the MEP station, which is a medical evaluation station. They'll get a basic training date. Then it's going to come clear to them. When I look back 34 years ago, when I walked in 2 different parades very similar to this, not until years after did it really sink in what I just experienced. And in many ways, once they get the basic training through that training, and then they become no kidding soldiers, right? Card-carrying soldiers, then I think it's going to impact them. Looking back at this does not happen in many folks' lifetimes.
And